Oh, yeah, we got an action-packed stream today. What's up, cool people? My name's Matt, aka That Random Christian Gamer. And today, it is the moment of truth, one might say. Will I be able to clear Act 4 in Slay the Spire? Honestly, I've had trouble even getting to this point. So, I make no promises. And especially since, at least for the moment, I'm trying to treat this, like I would if I didn't have any kind of a guide or anything. I took a brief look at some guides on the main battles in this act, but only a brief look. I certainly can't remember all that it said. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see how this goes. If I don't clear Act 4, guess what? I'm gonna try to get back to where I made it, and then pick things up again from there. Either in this stream or another. If I clear it, though, on this attempt, then I will do some daily... I'll do daily run stuff, or some customs, or something. Also, hi Seth, appreciate the lurk, and the, well wishes. So yeah, that's really the general gist of what I'm doing today. So, yeah, not much else to say. Might as well get the early Twitch ad break rolling, and then we'll hop right in. And of course, once we get to that point, I will kind of explain the situation that I have going on. Tell you what, I'm like still sort of figuring out my ideal configuration relative to webcam and looking at TV still and having everything within view. But I definitely do not need to have my own background music going at this point. It seems like, generally speaking, the best overall position for me is sort of like this. I'm kind of body positioned partway between TV with game stuff and computer with, stream and chat stuff. So then I'm not having to look so far one way or another to see either. Anyway, okay. As usual, I will be recording this. Oh, hang on. I just realized the video capture is way different than I typically have my settings because of something else I was recording a little earlier today. Glad I noticed that before I hit record. Okay. So, yeah, I will give a general breakdown of the situation that I have going on with my character and relics and things like that. I figure that'll benefit both the live audience now and, any viewing audience later when I edit stuff together for this. Okay. Well, here we are. I have made it to Act 4. So, really the only difference at the end of Act 3 is, rather than you just, falling unconscious once you encounter the heart, you manage to stay awake, and you see it kind of, just float upward And Act 4 is literally only 4 rooms. You start with a rest area, which I will probably use to upgrade something here in a bit. And then you get a merchant, an elite, air quote, which is really more like mini boss relative to the other battles. And then you get the main final boss, which is literally the heart of the Spire. Now, my current situation going into this. As you can see, I have 5 potion slots, only one of which is currently empty. And once I use this focus potion, strength potion, and energy potion, and anything else I might fill it in with, I have an entropic brew, which will then refill all my potion slots. So that's a thing. And it was actually kind of funny, because I even, like, highlighted a clip of this, where it's like, I got those extra potion slots from a relic, I think, and then immediately, after being like, man, it would be nice to get some more potions, immediately came across an event where I could buy 3 potions for all of, like, 40 gold. So, my relics are the frozen core instead of the cracked core, because this will fill in a frost orb one per turn if I have any empty orb slots. So it's not just a thing that triggers right at the start of the battle. This right here is the game changer, though. Ice cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. So you can stockpile energy. So, like, you know all those times where I wasted energy just because it was like, well, it's not going to carry over? Yeah, not doing that anymore. If I don't need to guard or do anything like that at the end of my turn, I'm gonna save the energy to potentially use it later. I got a bag of preparation, which lets me draw 2 additional cards at the start of each combat. Meat on the bone. If my HP drops below 50%, then I heal 12 HP at the end of combat. Gambling chip. I can discard any number of cards, then draw that many to start off each combat. I still have the chance of negating 2 curses, but I don't think I'm going to come across any curses now. So that kind of wound up being a meh relic in this case. I got the pair, which increases max HP by 10. Regal Pillow heals more when I rest, but that's not really relevant now. Got the Astrolabe, which transformed 3 of my cards and upgraded them. We'll get to my cards here in a bit. This one, so any damage 5 or less automatically gets reduced to 1. There's the potion belt that gave me the extra slots. The letter opener, if I play 3 or more skills in a single turn, I deal 5 damage to all enemies. Kind of helpful, but maybe a bit less so in this act. Molten Egg, whenever you would add an attack into your deck, upgrade it. Really would have preferred getting that earlier in the run, but oh well. Discount at the basically half off discount everything at the shop. And the Nunchaku. Every time you play 10 attacks, gain 1 energy. It's currently sitting at 1 out of those 10, I think. Alright, now, for the deck. Still got a couple of normal strikes and defends. Got Zap Plus, which makes it cost 0. Dual Cast. Those are pretty much all starter cards. Auto Shields is nice if I don't have any block. Although Boot Sequence gives me the option of block for sure to start a battle. Glacier, gain 7 block, channel 2 Frost, which essentially gives me even more block then. Fission, which I pretty much had to upgrade to make it good. Because it basically I can gain extra energy and draw more cards at the cost of purely evoking all of my orbs. When it's not upgraded, it just removes them. So, Electrodynamics has been nice for multi-enemy battles. Got a couple of loops here because passive activations. Meteor Strike is now actually a reasonable possibility with the extra energy carrying over from the Ice Cream Relic. Another loop that was upgraded, so 2 extra passive triggers. Aggregate gives me energy for cards in the draw pile. Gaining focus makes all the orb stuff more powerful. Equilibrium, which gives me more block mostly. Sunder, don't know how useful that'll be, but oh well. Got a Rainbow, which one of these cards I'm going to have to think about upgrading. It might be Rainbow, actually, because then it won't exhaust. Bullseye applies damage and lock-on. I've already upgraded Storm, so any other powers that I play, Channel of Lightning, Amplify. Anyway, I suppose I don't really need to go through the entire deck, but basically I got a bunch of powers for passive things, got some focus gain, got some just, you know, orb triggers happening all over the place. Got some card draw, some energy gain, and or keeping. So, yeah. I'm not gonna act like this is the best deck I think I've ever had, but it's doing fairly well overall. And now it's time to upgrade. So Electrodynamics would just channel more lightning, which that's like not even the main thing that Electrodynamics does. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards... I could make Aggregate more effective. But I'm really leaning towards upgrading Rainbow just so it doesn't exhaust. And I can actually get more orbs evoked. Yep. That's my pick. 'Cause, well... I mean, I could cause Hello World to be innate, but that's not as important in my mind. Not as big of a difference maker in my mind as Rainbow not exhausting anymore. Okay, so, and now we have a merchant with all of 85 gold at my disposal. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. That's not bad. Start of each combat, choose 1 of 3 random colorless cards and add the chosen card into your hand. That's not terrible either. The War Paint is random. If it weren't for it being random skills, I would possibly go for that. I do have quite a number of skills that could use upgrading, but that's also part of the problem. It's random. So, do I really want that? I think I'm gonna go with the toolbox, just because more power of choice, really. I've found that actually can be quite a helpful thing to have. Ooh, Potion of Capacity. But, that only happens for... The toolbox would be helpful in both battles, potentially. Assuming I even make it through the first one. I could also buy the Streamline card here that's on sale. But do I really want to? I personally don't think it's that great. I'd rather be able to get to other stuff in my deck more quickly. Okay, so... This is a very unique battle in that you have enemies on both sides of you. What cards might I want to replace? I think I'll keep Boot Sequence in my hand and Storm. So that's one of my energy. In this case, I think I'll keep... See, but then after playing Storm, I could play Hello World. So, that means I'm probably not going to be able to play Chrysalis. Or Rainbow. Or All for One, really. Might keep striking my hand just as an alternative. Let's see what else we get. Okay, good instincts. But still, 10 block is literally the perfect amount for me to have right now. Of course, good instincts doesn't exhaust. So, you know what? Damage will get reduced to 1 anyway. And if I channel the ice that I think I'm going to, then... yeah, I'm definitely going to get a damage reduction down to 1 for the turn, if I take any damage. So, do I want to use Strike or Chaos? So, oh yeah, by the way, this whole surrounded thing, like, you pretty much have to focus your attention on whichever one's about to attack you, because otherwise they get bonus damage by hitting you, for hitting you from behind. But in order to turn toward that enemy, you need to have a directed ability like a strike, where you can target something. I do think I'm gonna use Chaos. Ooh, extra energy. Okay, that's helpful. Oh, geez, they both just gained 30 block? And they're both about to attack. Lovely. Okay. So I'm thinking for starters, I will use Electrodynamics. So now they're both going to get hit with any lightning that's channeled. I am not going to be gaining a ton of block this turn, it looks like. Although, that's a focus potion, strength potion. Okay, defragment. Loop, because I might as well. This does draw a card. See what I get there. Okay, now that's going to deal 18 damage, I think, because it has the back attack. I'm definitely more worried about the 30 damage here, especially, like, if I turned around, I fear that would actually become 60 damage, which is a ton. I am nowhere near ready for that. Also, which one's going to attack first? I don't know. I think in either case, defending right now might take one of those hits and turn it into only 1 damage after, you know, the shields are gone. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just use a focus potion now, too. That way, every orb of mine is doing more stuff. Strength isn't going to help me right now. Energy won't help me this turn. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. The shield attacked first. Now, is that always going to be the case? I do wonder a little bit. Ugh, crud. Okay, good. I can use compile driver to target the shield. So now it'll deal less damage to me. Okay, currently have no block, so I can use the auto shields. Good. Ooh, and that gives me 17, which puts my total up to 28. I'm still taking 6, but that's not terrible. Also, energy potion seems like it'll be useful this turn. Let me go ahead and do that. But the question then becomes, do I loop twice or do I use equilibrium? Probably loop twice in this case. Oh yeah, we getting some good damage in here. Alright. This is not looking too terrible, actually. And with all these passive triggers I got going on in particular... Ooh. White noise adds a random power to my hand. Okay. Which in this case is Hello World. I am going to amplify that. So it gets played twice. Now, so the lightning inherently... Any lightning hits all enemies. So... I think I'm actually going to be able to get rid of the shield this turn. I'm going to... Oh, that's right. It'll just hit something random when I dual cast. That's fine. You know what? Boom. And then I think Ball Lightning will give me enough... Okay. I cleared it. Lost some health along the way. But okay. Your rightmost orb triggers its passive an additional time. Okay. Helpful. Sweeping Beam plus... Leap gains 9 block. Or Machine Learning. That is another power, and I do have a lot of things going with powers. Okay, sure. Machine Learning it is. Alright. Now's the real moment of truth. The final battle. Okay, which of these cards do I think I might want? Blind could be nice. Shuffle your discard pile into your draw pile and draw a card. That doesn't change anything in my hand. Could provide some interesting possibilities. 3 random attacks from your draw pile into your hand. Exhaust, but also applying weak. Could be, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for applying weakness. Now what am I probably gonna want to play? Alright, so it's not gonna attack me on turn 1. So anything that involves defending, I will probably get rid of, or discard, I should say. Meteor Strike, I am pretty sure I won't be able to do this turn. All for one, at least one part of it is kind of pointless. Okay, so then I'll probably end up playing Storm, Bullseye, and Loop, honestly. But I'll keep Compile Driver in there just in case things go a little different than I suspect. Okay, before I do anything else, because this is the final battle, I have no reason to not use these potions. I have every reason to use them. Hello, okay. Gain 5 regen, heck yes. Could use some healing. Explosive potion, 10 damage to all enemies. I guess so. Oh, I should totally see what the heart does first. Beat of Death. Whenever you play a card, take 1 damage. Oh, geez, yeah. Also, it can only lose 300 HP per turn. Colorless Potion. Could gain 5 more regen. Sure, why not? Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. Okay, Explosive Potion. I might as well. There might be better situations in which to use these other 2 potions. So I'm not going to do that yet. So every card I play, I take 1 damage. Yikes. Better make it good then. Well, Storm, for sure. Can only lose 2 on... Now it's... Oh, wait. How did it lose 10 HP? Oh, right. Because of the potion thing that I threw at it. Duh. Okay. Any chance I get to weaken it, I think I'm going to take. Definitely want Loot Plus in there. And I guess also a regular loop. The more passive stuff I can get in there, the better off I'm probably going to be in the long run. Assuming I live long enough for the long run to actually happen. Oh, and I was given 1 of every status card. Great. Well, at least that's ethereal. Gaining block would not be a bad thing right now. Oh yeah, I've also been made vulnerable, frail, and weak. So there's all that to consider too. So it'll be total of 8, 10 block this turn, not bad. But one of it got used right away because I played a card. Would now be a decent time to use the colorless potion. Perhaps. Well, plus then it'll be potentially in my deck for longer. So, sure. Apply to vulnerable, discovery, choose 1 of 3 random cards to add into your hand. It costs 0 this turn. I don't plan to really attack that much. I think I'll do discovery instead. We'll do Cold Snap. Channels another Frost, which means I'll gain more block throughout the turns. And... now, does Distilled Chaos use up any energy from the cards that are... does it require energy to actually play the cards? I would hope not. That seems kind of lame if it does, but who knows? Oh, dang. All that damage got reduced to 1 each hit. Because it was just going to do a bunch of hits. Okay, but you see, now I might have a bit of a problem. Okay, well, first thing I'm gonna do, white noise. Okay. Additional cards. Amplify. Machine learning. Okay, so I got some block now, but not a ton. Let me see what I channel here. More Frost, okay. I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff this turn, it looks like. Now I can loop. That'll channel another lightning. That's still a bunch of damage headed my way. Alright, so now I'm curious. I have no energy. What's going to happen if I play Distilled Chaos? So, they all still get played anyway. I thought that was the case. I was just like, is that actually what's going to happen? Also, Fission. Give myself a bunch more block for the turn. Speaking of gaining block, good instincts. Rainbow. It kind of... Oh. That kept me from playing Equilibrium, which honestly would have given me more block for this turn. Should have handled that a little bit different. Okay, well, I'm about to take, what? 26 damage? Oh boy. Fortunately, the amount that I've healed has been, decent. Okay. I think I will kick it off with Steam Barrier. Just so then the other cards I play don't really hurt me so much. Aggregate. Because why not? Hello World. I do not want to actually cast the Dark Orb yet. Don't want to evoke it. So I'm gonna leave my turn off at that. Let the Dark Orb power itself up a little more. I gotta say, this is not going terribly well so far, in my opinion. Okay. So the moment I play any power cards, I'm just gonna channel a lightning. Let me do Compile Driver, see what I get from that. Oof, I could gain a ton of energy from Aggregate right now. That might be a good idea. Okay. More defending. Claw, because why not? Okay, now we will... I guess I'll use Defragment first. Because I don't want to just skip out on using these powers. Especially considering Defragment adds focus, which means more damage will be dealt. Okay, Defragment. Machine Learning, I guess. Now I'm drawing all kinds of additional cards. Is 26 damage worth the 3 energy? Reduce this card's cost. You know what? I will use Streamline, though. Because now if that comes up again, it'll cost less energy. But I think I'll leave it at that. Of course, I'm about to die, aren't I? Although, no. Because it's 4 damage times 12 hits, I think. Or is it... Yeah, 4 damage 12 times. So that's all going to get reduced to 1 per hit. So I'm actually only going to take 12 damage. This is where this relic... That's where this relic is very helpful. Okay, here we go. Ooh, hello. I could use Meteor Strike and channel that plasma. But how badly do I really want to do that? Well, there are some combo possibilities there, actually. But I would need to have just one more energy than I do in order for that to really be effective in the way I'm hoping, dang it. Okay, so auto shields. Glacier, I guess? Definitely good instincts. Okay, go for the eyes. I can at least get rid of the artifacts it has. Although, doggone it, I should have done the bullseye first to get rid of the artifact. Then I would have actually been able to weaken it. Okay, bullseye. Gained an energy from that. Glacier. Let's gain some more block and channel a little frost here, shall we? Good instincts for more blocking. Let's see what I draw from Compile Driver here. Cold Snap gives me more frost, and I can defend a little more. Either that, or I... Okay, so that gives me 9 block from that. And I think I'll ultimately get more block from doing Cold Snap and Defend. I'm still about to take 22... No. 22 minus 18 because of all the Frost Orbs I have. So... that would be 4, which is going to get reduced to 1. If even that. Anyway, okay. Alright. I'm more than halfway... I have the heart at less than half health, so this kinda isn't going terribly. Okay, I'll use Steam Barrier. Oh, I already have a bunch of block this turn. What am I doing? Okay. In that case, I suppose I will use... let's see, her strike would deal 8 damage. I think I'm going to use Rainbow. That is way more block than I could possibly need for this turn. And then... Chaos. Yeah. So there's that. I'm almost at the point where I would actually have the ability to potentially defeat the heart all within one turn. Oh, geez. Beat of Death just got more powerful. I don't know if it just did, but it is more powerful now. So I'm taking 2 damage per card that I play. That's lovely. I do not have any power cards in my hand. That's a bit of a bummer. Oh, and that 6 times 12 is a bit of a problem because, yeah. 6 per hit is more than the amount that would get reduced. So I have to be blocking at least a decent amount of 72 damage here. So with that in mind, I think I'll play Equilibrium. And then... I do like having that Frost Orb in the lead spot. Although... Okay, so 72... That'll give me 6 more block. So... 44. Yeesh. I'm still taking the better part of 30 damage there. But I would still be alive. I will survive. Claw because of the just continued added effects. And I think I will save my last energy for next turn. Also not going to do Zap because that'll evoke the Frost Orb, which I want to keep in the first slot, like I said. Ouch. That hurt a lot. Okay, so I've got 24 block. I'm going to need... Well, 20 more would completely save me from taking damage. Ooh, hang on. I can make it weak. Haha. Now it's only 33 that it's going to do. I'll do Steam Barrier, why not? Still no powers this turn. Rainbow will get me another Frost Orb, so overall I think that's a benefit. Especially because the letter opener got triggered. Shall I zap? You know what? No. I'm just gonna... you know what? I'm gonna gain 6 more block, so... Sure. I can handle... taking a little more damage this turn. Compile driver. What did I draw? Ooh. More stuff for more block that I don't need right now. So I'm gonna save the energy. I think. I could strike and I guess still be okay. You know what? Yeah, strike. Why not? Alright. No damage taken by me that turn. Now what to do? Try to deal a bunch of damage, I guess. Go for the eyes. Channel 1 Frost and draw 2 cards. See, now if I get that Dark Orb in the first slot... it would trigger its passive 4 times and be able to deal quite a bit of damage if evoked, or when evoked. So let us see, perhaps, what other cards I might draw if I play Cool-Headed. Or perhaps Compile Driver to deal more damage. Do that first, perhaps. Don't really need to use Steam Barrier this turn. Chaos. Give me another random orb. And if I... okay, that's going to be more damage dealing stuff, which is kind of okay. I might play Sweeping Beam just to deal the additional damage this turn. Aggregate wouldn't have gotten me a ton. Okay, I guess that's my turn. Alright. It's under 200. What is that? Painful stabs. Whenever you receive attack damage from this enemy, add a wound into your... Oh, jeez. And it's gonna swing for 8 times 12. Haha, great. Of course, now I don't have dual cast. This would be the best possible turn to have dual cast, dang it. Ugh, crud. It's close, but I really don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think I'm gonna win this. Now, okay, lock-on targets receive 50% more damage from orbs. So... Bullseye. So 50% more on top of 76. So that'd make it another 38. It's 114. Oh, dang. It's gonna be so close. If I just had one more energy, dang it. But I'm thinking at this point... I kind of gotta use... Oh, wait. I got another energy? Oh, from the nunchaku. Ha, okay, So how much damage would the evoked lightning deal then? So, 76. What did we establish that was? 114? 124 plus another 8, 124, 130. Dang! Still not quite enough. It's just... What's left in my draw pile? Electrodynamics. Not gonna help right now. But... Then my discard pile will get shuffled back in. And... If I somehow play this card and then end up drawing dual cast. No, I drew a defend. Dang it. Okay, well, there's that quote-unquote dream down the drain. I mean, I'm still gonna play Cold Snap then, so I evoke the Dark Orb. But then I think I'm dead this turn. Dang. Well, hold up. 26... I did kind of forget about the passives of the lightning. I win? I think I win. Holy cow. Oh gosh, that was so close. That was so freaking close. As I blast a giant laser beam through the hearts. And make my escape, apparently. Victory! Fully and completely. That was literally my first ever try at Act 4. And I beat it. Holy cow. Whew. And I even kind of, like, didn't make the ideal play in a couple of situations. Holy cow. Alright, well, there we have it. Act 4 has been cleared. I have maxed out, all the unlocks. with this character. Dang. Cleared a total of 56 floors. Slayed 17 enemies. I guess 1, 2, 3 elites in total. 4 bosses slain. Librarian, I guess, because of having a bunch of cards in my deck at the end. Deck size of at least 35. Deal 99 damage with a single attack. I feel like I did that earlier in the run. Heartbreaker, defeat the heart. That alone is worth 250 points. Anyway, okay. What have I unlocked? Emotion chip, symbiotic virus, and data disk. I feel like I've seen the first 2 before, but not the data disk. In any case, holy cow. That was a freaking nail biter at the end. I totally thought I was, like, gonna end up dying in that last turn. Because I didn't think I was gonna deal enough damage. Oh, dang. But there you have it. Holy cow. And that... I mean, yeah, there's higher ascension runs to show, but as far as actual, like, you know, primary gameplay and things you might encounter, that's really... That covers the bulk of it. You know, getting up to and then through Act 4, all the stuff you have to do to even make Act 4 an option. So as far as recorded videos go, that might be all I do for Slay the Spire. Unless I just am making clips of other runs here and there. Because I'm definitely willing to come back to this game in some other live streams and stuff where it's not exactly the focus and do it as just kind of a on the side for fun sort of thing. With, I mean, yeah, the point is to have fun with it anyway, but like not as much with the idea of like progressing things, so to speak. Because that's really about all the more progress one can make in terms of, you know, clearing levels, or floors, I should say, to use the in-game terminology. But yeah, okay, well, one of the characters I had, like, the lowest success rate with before now is the one I managed to clear Act 4 with. Like, dang. Oh, hello. What is this? Glad I skipped the credits and kept recording through this. The spire sleeps. And so shall I. Eh? Now, I do believe I have heard that there is, like, kind of more lore to find out and, like, more stuff to learn about, like, the different enemy characters and things like that, or characters in general within the game. And I guess that last little thing that it showed right there is supposed to be part of your motivation to keep playing anyway. Yeah. Alright, I realize that I keep saying yeah, like I'm gonna wrap it up. I think that's all that I'm aware of that I would feel a need to say anything about. If I find out more stuff and think it's worth other people knowing, I might make some other recordings of that stuff too. But for now, in terms of, you know, standard runs that I will be putting out there for the entire world in a recorded format, that's gonna do it. Side note, though, I also hear that Slay the Spire 2 might actually be coming out somewhat early next year. Don't be surprised if I hop on that fairly shortly after it's released, although some of that might depend on Game Pass inclusion and pricing and things of that sort, but yeah. That's going to do it for Slay the Spire, at least recordings. As far as live stream stuff goes, though, I will definitely keep playing. I have things to unlock with at least one more character. Okay, so those things I just got, or that I just unlocked from that run. Okay, so symbiotic virus at the start of each combat, channel 1 dark. Okay. That was one of the things I just supposedly unlocked. What else was there? The emotion chip. If you lost HP during the previous turn, trigger the passive ability of all orbs at the start of your next turn. Oh, geez. Something like that could have been pretty helpful. And then what was the other one that no, it's not going to be a boss relic. The data chip. Where's the data chip? Do I even... I kind of wonder if maybe it's that one. It looked sort of like that. Yeah, because I'm not sure I've ever actually gotten the data chip in a given run. But as you can see, I clearly have some more things to unlock for the Watcher. Two more boss relics left to find. And quite a few event relics, geez. As well as one from the shop, huh. Anyway, okay. Looks like nothing left to unlock for the Ironclad, the Silent, or the Defect. Only the Watcher. Before I dive into anything more, though, in this game, I might just go ahead and run the next set of Twitch ads, because then it will be... I mean, I'm already kind of at a transition point in the stream, so might as well, before I hop into anything else, and then have the ads possibly interrupt stuff. So, yeah. I'm also going to take a quick little step away from the stream myself while I take a little break here. So, see y'all in a little bit.
Changing who I am, I'm making a new plan. life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah, you ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way.
Okay, I'm back. And I think I'm going to check out what the daily climb is before I look at anything else. I am realizing, so I got an achievement for clearing Act 4 specifically with that character that was called Sapphire Plus. That gives me the impression that clearing Act 4 in a standard run with other characters would give me other achievements. But, let's see what the daily climb is. Starting deck is replaced with one of every rare card. Normal enemies drop relics instead of cards. Deadly events. Mystery rooms can now contain elites, but are also more likely to contain treasure rooms. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm just having fun with it at this point. And anyone who's familiar with my streams might wonder, wait, aren't you gonna, try to record something else today? No, because I don't really need to. I'm far enough ahead. Especially Slay the Spire recordings are far enough further ahead than anything else that I have recorded. I'm just gonna kind of approach things that way. So, with the fact that normal enemies drop relics instead of cards, I think I'm wanting to fight as many normal enemies as possible. So this track right here to the right would have me face 3 of those, then an unknown room, then another, and then rest. It seems like that path is definitely the start of what would get me the most normal battles here. And I'm just having fun with it anyway. Okay. Jeez. Deal 11 damage, gain 1 artifact. Suppose I could do that and rainbow. Sure. See, part of the issue with having one of every rare card is that you don't necessarily get the normal methods of, like blocking and stuff. Machine learning, why not? Okay, I'm pretty sure next... nope, because it gained some block. Otherwise, I was gonna say, I think next turn the Jawworm's dead. Well, now instead, I could probably end this either with Hyper Beam or Thunderstrike, really. Hyper Beam. Kaboom. Okay, and right off the bat, we've got gold-plated cables. Rightmost orb triggers its passive an additional time. Nice. Swift potion, okay. Normal battles. Give me all the normal battles. Do I want to use electrodynamics or rainbow in this case? I think I'll go with Rainbow. Bit more of a balanced approach. Oh, if only I could amplify Echo Form. Evoke your next orb X times. 3 times. Okay. 3 times 8, that'd be 24. Still not quite enough. What else might I draw? Okay. Actually, I'm thinking I might amplify... I could amplify Buffer, actually, but... I'm thinking I'll amplify Biased Cognition. And then also play Machine Learning. And Hyper Beam, win. Mercury Hourglass. Start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Okay. Electrodynamics could be nice in this situation. Sure. So they're both gonna take 9 damage at the end of my turn. Put 1 card from your draw pile into your hand. What card would I even want to play? Maybe Biased Cognition. Because that means the lightning will do even more. For now. Nice. Oh yeah, right, the passive triggers an additional time. Because of the gold-plated cables. That was what got the additional trigger against the hearts, and that's the reason I won. Holy cow. If you climb floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. Okay. And I got an attack potion. Ooh, hello. I think I will take the donut. I'm not missing that much of my HP, so I'll increase the max. Yeah. How do I handle this? Hyper Beam deals 26 damage and lose 3 focus. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Rainbow. And then Machine Learning. Ooh, here's a thought. Amplify Buffer. Then I will take no damage for a couple of turns, at least. Could do Electrodynamics. And then Core Surge for the win. 15 gold and a potion belt. Okay. I am racking up those potion slots. 25. Oh, but you see, possibly upgrading these. Like Echo Form. No, hold up, there's beta art available now? Huh. That's new. Huh. I think I might want to keep some of these beta arts in play. Multicast, nice. That's pretty similar. So I feel like that must have been something that was unlocked from beating Act 4, because I don't remember seeing a beta art option at any point before. Okay, now what are all these upgrades? Draw 6, deal 15 damage. Right, Rainbow doesn't exhaust anymore when it's upgraded. Thunderstrike is 9 for each lightning channeled. Amplify. Oh yeah, Fission. Fission's upgrade is definitely good to have. So is Echo Forms, though. Because then it doesn't get exhausted from a lack of you playing it. What else do we got coming up on the map here? Not really going to get too many other chances to heal. I'll get one more before the final boss of the act, I guess. Alright, a little bit risky, but I'm going to go for this. I'm torn between Fission, Echo Form, and Buffer for which ones I want to upgrade. Or Rainbow. Actually, because I keep getting relics instead of cards, Rainbow, it becomes playable more often, so actually Rainbow might be the most helpful one to upgrade first. Fine. Especially because I've actually been using Rainbow. Hyper Beam, 26 to all enemies. Well, this is all kinds of just not particularly convenient for me. Okay. I think I'm actually going to take Cold Snap this time. See, then Hyper Beam does most of the remaining damage for the jaw. But then I also don't gain any block from the Frost Orb, and just like, because then I'm losing 3 focus. You know what? Reboot. I don't like my hand. And then I guess I'll do Rainbow. Okay. Take a little less damage that way. And now Hyper Beam can finish it off. Ooh, the Mummified Hand. Yes. One of my favorite relics in the game. Then I end up playing a whole lot more power cards, which then allows me to play a whole lot more cards in general. Okay, all for one on this one because it'll actually get rid of it. Core Surge on that one, I guess. And what other one-cost card could I play this turn? Amplify wouldn't be any good. I guess Biased Cognition. Okay. Oh, and that made Meteor Strike free. Nice. Okay. Well, there's a way to end a battle. Whenever you play 10 cards, draw a card. Okay. Attack Potion. Gotta say, I really could use something where, like, I would heal after each battle. 25 gold. Bag of Marbles. Start of each combat, apply one vulnerable to all enemies. Okay, okay. Not bad. That's just the next time I would lose HP, so... I would take 10 less damage for the turn, but that would be it. Alright. Fine. Attack Potion. What do I get? 7 damage to a random enemy twice. Keep in mind this is going to cost 0 now because of getting it from the potion. 7 damage, draw 4 cards. Doom and Gloom. Yeah, okay. Still don't think that'd be enough to get rid of either one of them. Alright, so now I suppose I will play Buffer. Oh, and then Thunderstrike became free. Nice. Okay, and then I'll play Biased Cognition, which made Echo Form free. Heck yeah. Okay. I have no use for playing Fission, though. You know, I'm looking at stream information and realizing that once I cleared Act 4, people seemed to kind of leave the stream. Understandable. At least on Twitch. I can't really see the active numbers for YouTube right now very easily. Merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions. All prices are reduced by 20%. Cool. Okay. At some point, it's probably going to be a good idea to reduce how much, to not just always go for battles. Okay, let me do Machine Learning first. Okay, that made Thunderstrike free. But Thunderstrike's going to be more effective after I play Electrodynamics. And that made Rainbow free. 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning. Well, never mind. That was all I needed right there. First attack, each combat deals 8 additional damage. Okay. Of course, at any point from one of these regular battles here, I might get, like, the Regal Pillow, so I could heal even more at a rest site. And it's not like the unknown rooms are terribly likely... It's not like the chance of healing from one of those is super high. Okay, Ooh. Oh, Hyper Beam, win. One card, one attack. Victory. First time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Okay. Blasting of the Forge. Kind of nice to have. Oh, hello. Electrodynamics. And that made Buffer free. Nice. And that made Rainbow free. And I win. Whetstone. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attack cards. Sure. Core Surge and Hyper Beam just got upgraded. Nice. Got a Swift Potion. Oh, hello. We got a bunch of gremlins. Gremlin Wizard. Fat Gremlin. Mad Gremlin. Another Fat Gremlin. Okay, so if it gets played twice, does that mean the mummified hand will get triggered twice? I am curious. Amplify. Biased Cognition. Looks like that's a yes. Okay, Hyper Beam. Win. 15 gold and a Sundial. Every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 energy. Nice. Okay, now it's time to heal. And that's 71 out of 80 for the Act 1 boss. Okay. Let me do machine learning first, because that costs the least. And that made Meteor Strike free. Okay, interesting. And now I'll play Electrodynamics. Gain a bunch of extra energy. Like that. Core Surge. Man, I am getting just all the stuff going here. Creative AI. Sure. I have no reason to think I need to use potions that badly right now. Okay, interesting. Ooh, okay, hang on a second. Let me... Yeah, Actually, hold up. If I'm evoking the plasma orb, so then I'm just gonna gain double the amount of energy that I spend on... Holy cow. Sure. Nice. 10 energy. Heck yeah. Okay. Seek. Echo Form. I'll play that first. Now it just made Amplify free. Which I will then use to double up on Biased Cognition, I think. Might as well play all for one there. Heat Sinks is free, and that makes Rainbow free now, and dang. Hyper Beam does deal 34 damage, but I lose 3 focus. Of course, I currently have 8 focus, so it's not the worst thing ever. I am about to take 36 damage, though. If I don't, like, block stuff. You know what? Swift Potion. There aren't necessarily a ton of times where it comes in handy. Now, Thunderstrike. Reboot. I guess then I'll do Rainbow. And that seems good enough for me. Seems to me I'm pretty likely to win here anyway. I mean, Thunderstrike alone would deal 35 damage. Oh, that's right, he got played twice because of Echo Form. Okay. 100 gold, and I get to add another card to my deck. Probably want to go with either Biased Cognition or Machine Learning. Let's go Machine Learning. What with having the Mummified Hand, that means more power cards are good for me. Gain an energy at the start of your turn. You no longer obtain potions. Don't like that. All enemies start with 1 strength. I think I'll take the Tiny House instead. 50 gold, plus 5 max HP, obtain a card, upgrade a random card. Yeah. Tiny House. Ooh. Echo Form got upgraded. Regen Potion, 50 gold, and hey, a normal kind of card. Stack could potentially... I mean, honestly, all these cards are kind of nice to have in a way. But I'm leaning towards stack because I have very few methods of blocking right now. Okay. Well, this path would once again seem to be the one that gets me the most normal enemy battles. I could probably do 4 of those. Then, actually, maybe I go over here, because I do 2, then an event, then 3 more. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Event, then go. I guess it's not that big of a difference overall. If I'm going to eventually veer off to the right side. So I'll start over here to the right. Well, giving me stack right off the bat isn't particularly helpful. Machine Learning, which made Creative AI free. And I think I'll use Electrodynamics before playing stack. Oh wait, nothing has gone to the discard pile? What the... Why? Did all those cards exhaust? Jeez. Okay, loads of cards in my hand. Yep. I'm doing a daily run because I did indeed win. It was real close at the end there, like literally all because I got 1 extra passive trigger on an electric orb. Like, that made the difference. in dealing enough damage to the heart that it died on the final turn. Otherwise, I was dead. Like, it was ridiculously close. Okay. Go ahead and use rainbow there. Yeah, I might go back and try to keep that as a highlight on Twitch. I'm gonna have the edited YouTube video later, so, like, people who watch on there will be able to go back to it eventually in that form. Or just the archived live stream there, really. But yeah, especially for Twitch viewers, I think saving that as a highlight will be more convenient for them. Okay. I guess I'm not doing anything else this turn. Ooh, capacitor. Gain 2 orb slots. Thursday will be Power Wash Simulator. Yes. That is definitely what it looks like. Yeah, that's a good question. I've been kind of tossing around the idea, well, been tossing around a couple of ideas. One was Borderlands 4. Another was that new Digimon game that came out. Hades is also an option on that front. Okay, whatever. This battle's over. See, what's a little bit annoying, at least about the Digimon or Borderlands options, are that, you know, those aren't included on any version of Xbox Game Pass, so I'm gonna have to separately buy those if I want to play them. At least for the time being. Upgrade 2 random skills. Okay, sure. I guess I could do a custom run after the daily here. Although I don't even really have a need to do the daily. That was just kind of to fill some time. Which card do I want to use here? Let's get us some machine learning. And that made rainbow free. Nice. Definitely like that. Ooh, hello, Core Surge. I guess because that's the first actual attack. Don't I have a thing that... Yeah, first attack deals 8 additional damage. Kaboom. Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't blame you for thinking that it was doubtful, because holy cow, was that close. I suppose I could, although maybe I don't want to use stack first. So, short recording. I mean, I recorded for just shy of an hour, so it's definitely like a full edited video's worth. But I'm also far enough ahead on Slay the Spire recordings relative to everything else that honestly it gives the other stuff just a chance to catch up, so to speak. Two recordings a set. Yeah, that's normally what I go for, but like I said, Slay the Spire is like ahead of the others by at least one recording, if not two. Oh, that made stack free. That's not exactly what I wanted to be free there, but okay, sure. Electrodynamics. And that made Echo Form free. Nice. That made Creative AI free. It's just the combo potential of the Mummified Hand is freaking awesome. Ooh, Bottled Lightning. Choose a skill and start each combat with that card in your hand. Which one? I mean, Seek would certainly add the most flexibility to what I'm doing. Alright, so what is your idea then, Seth? Recording a randomizer run. I mean, I could, yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, Slay the Spire stuff is ahead of the others. So, honestly, only having one recording of that for the week gives the other stuff a chance to catch up to it, so to speak. At least sample pieces of it. Oh, geez. I'm thinking no thanks to that. Doggone it. I can't play Amplify and Creative AI in the same turn. That's slightly annoying, but oh well. Unless... Yeah, but is it really worth using that on a regular battle? And honestly, I can't even remember what exactly Creative AI does, or what its upgrade looks like. Okay, that is what I thought. You know what? Shake things up a little bit. Meteor Strike, eh? And then I gain a ton of energy. Well, I guess I'll be evoking a lightning orb 7 times. Oh yeah, so one of the modifiers on this daily climb is the one where normal enemies drop relics. Oh yeah, Snecko. Can you hear the sarcasm in my voice? What other card might I potentially want to make free? I mean, Echo Form, I guess, but... yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? But, let's see what happens here. Sweet! Echo Form! Now, do I really want to use Hyper Beam that badly? 34 damage. Actually, more because of vulnerability. But I lose my focus. Whatever. Oh, that's right, I had an artifact. So, that actually didn't come into play at all. Heh. I could just end this now with Thunderstrike. Dreamcatcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card into your deck. Fire Potion. Okay. I should probably try and get a power from my deck somewhere, but which one? Maybe Electrodynamics? Or Biased Cognition? Or shoot, maybe even Buffer. Whichever one it is, I'm gonna make it get played twice. Let's... I'm going with Electrodynamics. Okay. I'll play Stack. And then All for One. Okay. Ouch. Core Surge, victory. Ooh, Strawberry. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 7. Okay. What else do I have coming up here? I mean, I could hit another rest area pretty soon. Could even go to a merchant and actually maybe spend some of this 766 gold that I have. all that to say, I'm not sure I really need to actually rest at this rest stop. But what would I upgrade? I mean, buffer would be nice. Electrodynamics is okay at least. Meteor Strike would just deal more damage. Bias Cognition gives one more focus. Creative AI. There is that. Especially since I have Amplify practically being innate. So that would be a pretty reliable starting combo to have. Yeah, sure. Although eventually at some point I really might want to consider upgrading Fission. So then it actually evokes my orbs instead of just, you know. Oh, it's a merchant. So it's like, how far do I want to go before actually spending any money at a merchant? I also do have the courier here, so like, I could just ignore merchants for a while until I think I'm getting close to losing, and then be able to spend tons at one go. Yeah, the courier is the merchant restocker. So, I'm gonna skip this merchant. Alright, so if I want the most normal battles without really so many elites, I guess actually the path to the left here is the best idea. Although, yeah, actually going left here, then right, and then... Yeah, you know what? Good point, Seth. Because that actually gives me one more battle then. Okay. What do I get from this? Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Okay. Or left, right. If your shop looks nice. Eh. Okay, so I did notice there's like this beta art option now. I don't think I had that available before completing Act 4. Ooh, I am going to seek Echo Form. Okay, so now I'm gonna amplify. Actually, you know what? I don't think it matters a ton which one I amplify, because that'll make it trigger twice, and at least that'll make the mummified hand trigger twice, and at least one of those triggers will be a power. So, yeah. Okay. Well, there's that. I'm glad they weren't really gonna attack me this turn. Makes some cards a lot cooler, others a lot yuckier. Yeah. I just kind of looked at the ones I started with, compared the beta art and the normal art, and just went based off of which one I thought looked better. Okay, I guess I'll start with Capacitor. Okay, that just made stack free. So I guess I'll play that next. Just... Oh, it also made Echo Form free. Echo Form. That just made Hyper Beam free. I don't know if I necessarily want to play that right now. Biased Cognition. Okay. And that made Core Surge free, which I am fine with. Because then I can play Hyper Beam with no repercussions. Haha. Yeah. That'll end that turn, I guess. Yeah, so pretty much most of my strategy once I have the mummified hand is, alright, go with the lowest cost power and see what it makes free. And if it's another power, well then all the better. So many free cards now. Which I am totally fine with. Yeah, I guess Hyper Beam would pretty much do it, huh? Ooh, Pen Nib. Okay. So yeah, definitely going left here to get some of those regular battles up that way. Huh, okay. Oh, but Echo Form. Okay, well, let me amplify Machine Learning, and then that gives Echo Form a decent chance of being playable. Okay, stack. I could reboot, see what I draw. If it's a one cost, then... Oh, and I gained extra energy too. Cool, I guess. Alright, I think I will seek electrodynamics. Then just go ahead. Well, probably gonna end up playing Biased Cognition either way, so let me start with that. And that made electrodynamics free. Which made Creative AI free, and Buffer, and all this stuff is free now. Okay. See, again, those kinds of combos are, like, my absolute favorite thing about having the mummified hand. Hyper Beam wins, okay. You get the next two curses. Boot sequence could be handy. Like, I have plenty of ways, even if passively, of dealing damage. Not so many ways of gaining block with my current deck. So, I do think I'll go for boot sequence with that in mind. Alright. Oh, yeah, I guess that was an elite battle, wasn't it? Oh, right, this thing. Yeah. I remember it doing kind of a good thing in the grand scheme, but end of your turn, you may shuffle one of 3 random cards into your draw pile. Right. Okay. No, it's not new to me. I just always forget what the relic does. Okay, I really could use some healing. Although I don't know if the battle's gonna last long enough for a regen potion to have its full effect. Oh, there are 3 different books in that event? Well, the one I just got seems to be the one I most commonly get. Okay, gonna play boot sequence. And then I guess I'll just go straight to Echo form. That made Thunderstrike free, which I guess is nice. Ooh, yeah, let's go for loop. Especially with the mummified hand. Okay. Speaking of which, loop, I guess, or, okay, I'll do loop first. Oh, geez, okay. Oh, it also made electrodynamics free. Nice. Right, because it got played twice. Because of Echo form. Duh. Now, Meteor Strike. I feel like that's overall less useful on the bird. So let's hit the Chosen with it, eh? Core Surge is free. Let's do Machine Learning. That made Creative AI free, and now Hyper Beam is free. Okay. Bronze Scales, nice. Okay, now, if I assume I'd still be able to clear the boss, which is a bit of an assumption, I would possibly want to skip the merchant here. However, given how much I will heal, I'm not super confident. I'd rather make sure I at least get some chance at buying things from a merchant first. So oh, hey, there's the data disk. Start each combat with 1 focus. Well, that's definitely nice to have. Sure. Horn Cleat, start of your second turn, gain 14 block. Every fourth mystery room is a treasure room. Whenever you break an enemy's block, apply 2 vulnerable. Also, capacitor being on sale is nice. I think I might take that, especially since it's a power and I have the mummified hand. Potions. We got liquid bronze, flex potion, and an ancient potion. Heat sinks. Yeah, especially with the power cards being able to combo off. That could just keep me playing even more powers. Oh, geez, and then I channel a lightning with each power card played. Okay. I mean, yeah, I could get more power cards. That would keep the combo going. Is this just always going to be a power card filled in here? Jeez. If so, then this is about to get ridiculous. But shoot, might as well keep the ball rolling. Oh, this just so went beyond ridiculous now. And these other cards are meh. Channeling a frost and drawing a card could be nice, especially the block gained from a frost orb. Okay. Well, that does it for the merchant there. Alright. Time to rest. Oh, shoot. I mean, if you're going to give me another capacitor, sure, why not? Alright. Before I take on this boss here, we've got another Twitch ad break that I'll go ahead and run. Oh, man. Ugh. Alright. Let me get up and move around a little bit. So yeah, if you notice, I'm wearing long sleeves because it cooled down quite a bit around here. Ugh. Literally got up this morning to it being like 36 degrees Fahrenheit. For all you Celsius folks that might be watching, that's barely above 0. I don't know the exact calculation, but I gotta imagine that's like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, maybe. All right. Got about another hour that there's a decent chance of me keeping the stream going for that time frame. Okay. Right. I don't really have any need to use boot sequence. Alright. Because of my current somewhat low HP already, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out some stuff like that. Drink the regen potion. And you know what? Maybe even see what colorless card I get here. Ooh. Okay, well that kind of simplifies my decision making for the turn. Because, yeah, then I would just inherently be able to play any and all cards that I want. Okay, so amplify, echo form, play course surge, gain an artifact that way. Anything else that I'm really desperate to play this turn? That only costs 1 energy. Maybe loop? Loop would be good. Or any one of these capacitors. Or storm. Think about enlightenment. Think what about enlightenment? Oh, because it doesn't have to be. So pretty much anything that I play would cost 1. I see what you're saying there. I'm hoping that applies to cards that weren't already in my hand. Like, what did it even say? Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 1 this turn. So I don't know if that only applies to the cards that were already in my hand, or if that means just anything that ever ends up in my hand throughout the turn. So, exactly, your meteor thing doesn't work then. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking loop. Oh, actually, maybe storm instead of loop. Yeah, storm's definitely the better idea out of those two. Okay, seek. Storm. Play storm. Okay. Right. Which one of these do I want to add? Gain 2 focus, losing. I don't like losing orb slots. I don't have that many 0-cost cards in this deck, honestly. I guess overclock. I mean, whatever it is, I can always just not play it. Okay. Let me start with loop. Okay, that made creative AI free. Yeah, definitely electrodynamics. I was trying to hold out until that became free. Machine learning. More machine learning. I do have that artifact, so Hyper Beam doesn't have its downside. Go ahead and do Rainbow. And then maybe I'll do Self-Repair. Just to channel more lightning, not because I actually think it's gonna help me at all. Ooh, Defragment. Yeah. But yeah, very much electricity stuff just going crazy here. Heat sinks. And win. I'm pretty sure I healed more damage than I took by the end of that. And which one of these do I want to add? Whoa, Thunderstrike. Although, I'm like, okay, do I keep just adding more powers, or do I add another Thunderstrike just because of how much lightning I'll probably be channeling? That can then come in for some massive damage. I mean, creative AI is nice because it adds a random power card to my hand, but also, like, that doesn't make said power card free. I have a couple of buffers already. At least I think I do. I should have at least one buffer in here, right? Okay, yeah, there's the one. Still kind of lean towards Thunderstrike, actually. Okay. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Can no longer rest. No thanks. Cannot play more than 6 cards per turn. No thanks. That severely limits my combo potential that I've been building this whole time. So, Astrolabe. But what cards am I going to transform? Probably not any of the power cards that I have. Cool-headed. I'm not the biggest fan of Reboot. I mean, if I have a ton of energy and no cards to play, that's helpful, I guess. All for One isn't all that effective because, like, I don't have a whole lot of zero-cost cards. But, yeah, a lot of these other cards kind of help the combo stuff. Multicast, I found out, when used on an energy orb especially, can yield some very interesting results. Or, sorry, a plasma orb. Is that what I said before? I don't know. Okay, hang on. So from that, I got another stack plus, got a rip and tear plus, and then a hologram plus, which hologram in particular can have its uses. Rip and tear is just kind of meh. Stack can also be good if you have a bunch of stuff in the discard pile. Okay, which way to go? Well, if I want normal battles but not elites, then I pretty much gotta go with either of the two right-hand paths. Maybe have a couple of unknown rooms along the way. Let me pick this path, though, because once I get just before... no. Because if I take the healing option there, whatever. I'll go with it anyway. I don't think it's going to make a ton of difference. Custom, yeah. I mean, I guess we could do that. Not like I'm going to necessarily get much of anything out of doing this. Other than just a score on the leaderboard, which I'm like, whatever about that. So, yeah, whatever. It's been a fun run, but I'm fine with letting it go. Well fed. Ah, okay. So, this is just a matter of preference at this point. Since the Watcher is the only character I still have things to unlock for, I would kind of rather play as the Watcher with whatever we're doing. Seem to be a little cursed today. What do you mean? Which modifier are we talking about? Oh, cursed run? Okay. If you defeat a boss, become cursed, your starting relic is replaced with cursed key. Oh, yeah. That all we're doing then? For modifiers? Tiny caveat. A1 curse run. Okay, hang on. Curse run, draft. Okay, well, there's diverse. Colorless cards. Snecko. Where's the Snecko thing? Those are in order. Okay. So, let me bump it up to Ascension 1. Draft. Snecko. Oh, praise Snecko. Duh. Then diverse, colorless, cursed run. Okay. Snecko will override the relics from cursed mode, I believe. Well, I guess we're gonna find out here. Time to embark. Oh, I wish to record. No, not really. I mean, I understand your thinking, but again, like, Slay the Spire recordings are ahead compared to anything else that I have recorded. So, not really necessary. And it's one of those things where, like, it could go so many different ways that just showing one set of options, I don't know if that really is worth trying to emphasize in any particular way. Just my thinking. Okay, whoa. Those are going to be our card draft choices, I guess. So 1, 6, 4 would be the same as 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 6, 6, 1, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3. Okay, maybe now I'll actually take a look at what I have. Follow up, heavy blade, outmaneuver, meditate, card from your discard pile into your hand and retain it. Okay. Snecko is overriding the relics, but the cursed at boss end still does apply. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Were those relics that I would have gotten instead of the Snecko Eye, do those make curses better or worse? I thought maybe one of them was the one that, like, had a positive thing when you gained a curse. Anyway. Okay, well, whatever. Gives you curses with bonuses from the other 2 relics. Alrighty. So. 4. Okay. Piercing Whale. I mean, sure, I guess just because it's free. Cursed Key gives you a curse from every chest. But the other 2 relics give bonuses. Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm frozen. I don't know. Like, I'm not seeing anything that indicates the same as what you're telling me you see. Oh. There's so many things that we've done before. How am I supposed to pick up one specific reference? All due respect, Seth. Like... But yeah, sure, okay. Awaiting input, then. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 options currently. Although 2 of them are the same card. Yeah, okay. Number 3, Piercing Whale. Which is one I had considered playing anyway. Seems to lift as if only for a moment, which means I get the next choice, I guess. Warcraft, nah. Until stated otherwise. Okay. Suppose I will go with Endless Agony. On... I don't know, that one. Until stated otherwise. Okay. See, but now I'm going to have to pause a little bit after each card I play so that I know there's at least a chance to see what my new status is, if it changes at all. And has been made garbage by this Neko this turn, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Got to deal a little bit of damage, but nothing really noteworthy. Well, Sash Whip would make the back guy do nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's already down to 1 damage that it would deal. But let's find out, I guess. Yep, literally becomes 0. Okay. Well, that ends that turn. Nothing yet. Okay. By the way, the first time that you said I seemed frozen, I was like, okay, wait. Does he mean that it seems like the stream is frozen? Because that is very easily a way that that could be interpreted. Yeah, but without remembering the reference from the thing we did before in this game, what else was I supposed to think? Well, I can get rid of one of them this turn, so I guess I'll get rid of the one that's gonna damage me. Self-repair seems kind of unnecessary. Unless I suspect that I'll take damage this turn. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. Wasn't totally sure which card was number 7 offhand. But, okay, well, there's that. Alrighty. We got Clothesline, Cleave, and Fusion. Or, I guess, a skip option. Start of each turn, secretly roll 1d6, 33% success chance to... Number 3. Fusion. Okay. Also, I'm not 100% sure that's how the word caveat is spelled. Number 2. Jeez, really? At least it's only the non-attack cards. Still, exhausting them is very inconvenient. Alright. Just last one card. Oh. Well. Now the trouble is... Now to follow up in Sash Whip, I can only play one of the two. Sash Whip will deal more damage, I guess. Yeah, I realize that. I just... figured because the other two each cost 2 energy right now, I can't play them both. If follow-up was only 1, I'd be able to play everything. Alright, whatever. I'll do Sash Whip and then Bowling Bash, I guess. Okay. Any forced actions here? Nothing. Okay. I will start with the free Endless Agony, I guess. And Heavy Blade wins it. Okay. Right. 4. I do not get a card. Womp womp. Okay. Yeah, early shop it is. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I guess, total valid options. With the 10th being the card removal and the 11th being just leaving. One. Well, that's a bit of a difference. I mean, 6 still would have been valid, but... I guess... because of re-rolling the overall thing, we'll go with number 1. Okay, Sneaky Strike. I can still afford 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now there are 8 total possibilities that are actually valid. Actually, hold up. Did I say 8? Yeah, because this potion isn't on the table. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Buying a block potion. Okay. Alright, I can only afford one thing, so it's either get another bowling ball or leave. Okay, bowling ball it is. And now I must leave. And I can only go this way. Find yourself in a room filled with racks, test tubes, beakers. Right. Search. We find some potions. Whoa. So, what are we doing here? You will have to throw a potion away to make room if you want all 3. Yes, that is true. Are we doing random choice here, though? For, like, which ones we even take? Okay, I wasn't sure if we were gonna have it random along with the possibility of skipping at any given point. And if you want all 3, then we do a random throwaway. Okay, well... 3 weak, 10 damage to all. Well, the one I least want to throw away is Distilled Chaos. So, I'll... So yeah, I guess I'll take the weak and explosive potions first, and then I'll see what we randomly toss. Because honestly, the other 3 are all kind of on a level playing field. For what? Oh, what? So 4 means I don't take the Distilled Chaos? Well, that's a bit of a bummer, because I figured the odds... I figured the odds would be that one of the other 3 would probably get tossed, but oh well. So yes, out of the potions, which is How is... Okay, you're going in a totally different order than I thought you would be. So you're considering... What? I would not have considered that to be the fourth potion, but whatever. Oh. Okay. It was out of the 3 potions. Okay. I got you now. Okay, which way are we going? Okay, even takes us to the right, so it'll be an unknown room, and then an elite, and then a regular battle, and then a rest. Yeah, anyway. Another merchant? I literally cannot get anything from this merchant. What an absolute waste. Okay, well, elite time. Oh, yay, this one. So much fun. Okay, nothing, meaning I am free to proceed with the turn as normal. That's just for the turn. I don't know for sure if I want to wake it up just yet. About to give myself all kinds of energy for next turn. All right. Nothing. Okay. Heavy blade costs 0. And follow up, and okay. This seems like a decent enough turn to start doing some stuff. Follow up. Heavy blade. Endless agony, I guess. Why not? I don't really like exhausting all the non-attack cards. One card. Put a card from your hand on top right. Okay. I technically don't think I've discarded anything this turn. Card from your discard pile into your... Right now, I'm like, do I really want to even channel a frost? You know what? Meditate. I can't play meditate and then sever. Sever. Well, meditate causes my turn to end. But honestly, I'd kind of rather not play Sever Soul anyway. So I think I would like to try and get this Heavy Blade back into my hand, especially if it's still going to cost 0. And everything else pretty much in my hand has been made to cost a lot. Lovely. Well, definitely Heavy Blade. I mean, that gives me 1 energy back, but yikes. Out of the 3 that it costs? I mean... I guess I could do that still. Play self-repair since, you know, I might. Hold up. Okay, if I'm gonna use a potion, are we forcing it to be random which potion I play? Or which one I use? No? Only throwaways are random. Okay. I'm gonna make it weak. Also thinking I'm gonna play self-repair, actually, just because, you know, assuming I make it out of this battle, then I'll be able to heal some of this damage I'm about to take. Alright. Any restriction or forced play this time? Nothing. Okay. I will do follow-up, which now actually kind of gives me an extra energy. Sash Whip. Make it weak for even longer. Also, Piercing Wail. You know what? Sure. We'll channel the Frost and draw a card. Okay. Then I can use Heavy Blade there. Fusion. And then I can meditate something back into my hand for next turn. Suppose that Heavy Blade isn't quite gonna do it. So it seems like until the cards get cycled back through your deck, they still cost the same. Okay. Sneaky Strike. Follow up just cuz. Heavy Blade. Alrighty. White Beast Statue. Potions always appear in combat rewards. Okay. So that means pretty much from the next battle onward, I'm going to want to use at least one potion. Okay, so is the click just because of card randomization or what? Yeah, okay. What's the deal here? Does it affect the current situation? Okay, so we'll just do our usual randomness for card choice or not. So, biased cognition, I guess? Since option 4 is skip. Okay. All right. So what is the forced play here? I assume that first time was supposed to just be 6 and not 66. Okay, hang on. But what is the 66? Do I really need to just cycle? Okay. So the 66 is nothing. It's just 6, 3, and 6. Yeah, I figured the 66 was a typo at least. Oh my gosh, there are so many things, so many notifications triggering on my phone right now. I don't know why, it's all at the same time. Yeah, so the first 6 will have me play Warcry. Which then forces me to put a card on top of my draw pile. I guess out of... randomly chooses... Oh, what? So I have to put card number 3 on top of the draw pile then? Yeah, but this is not playing the card. This is putting it on top of my draw pile. As an effect of the first card that I played. Okay, it plays anything having to do with said card. So yes. Cool-headed goes on top of the draw pile. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Card 6 cannot be played, therefore the turn ends. As I recall. Yeah. Okay. Number 4. 1, 2, 3. Great. I might as well get rid of one of them with it, I guess. Boom. Anything else that's forced or no? Okay. So I can play cool-headed here. And then these Endless Agony copies. I could also then play Meditate. Do I really want to that badly, though? Bowling Bash would have been handy earlier. I mean, as things stand, my turn's going to end either way. Actually, you know what? Let me get cool-headed back. All right. So yeah, basically for anyone else watching who doesn't quite understand what's going on here, at the start of each turn, I essentially wait to see if I'm forced to play any cards in particular through randomness. And if not, then I just play things as I normally would. If there is something forced, then I have to play that before anything else. I think out of all of these, I'm just gonna play Heavy Blade. Because, like, do I necessarily want to exhaust, meditate, and outmaneuver? If nothing... Okay. So if I'm not restricted for an entire battle, then the next battle, like, pretty much the whole first turn is forced. Yeah, I still wouldn't really be able to play. Okay, I could do outmaneuver first, and then sever soul. In which case, only one of those cards gets exhausted. Okay. Geez, why can't I get stuff more like this when I have less energy? Nothing. Okay. Self-repair seems like a good idea. Otherwise, I guess I'll just play Heavy Blade and win. Okay, 11 gold, Occultist Potion. And... oh yeah, also, card choices get randomized, path choices get randomized. There's a lot of other stuff that gets randomized. Okay, card number 3, Headbutt. And I suppose also what I do at rest stops is randomized. 6. Okay, evens would be smithing in this case. Now, perhaps even the card that gets upgraded will be randomized. Not 100% sure I recall correctly on that. 10, 15, 20... Number 9 is Endless Agony. So I guess that's getting upgraded. A little more damage. Okay. Definitely not the best upgrade that was available, but that's the upgrade we're doing. Because... randomness. In this portion of the stream, randomness reigns supreme. Me rolling it requires me going back there and getting my stuff to roll it. Closed tab accidentally. Okay, fine. Never mind. Okay, option number 1. Alrighty. Strike dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. I don't know if that's really going to affect much. I literally... Sneaky Strike, I guess, is affected by that. Okay. Another battle here, which will probably take us to and on the other side of the next Twitch ad break. Great. I gotta play card number 3 here. And there's nothing in my discard pile that would get put on top of the draw pile. That's all around a fairly, useless use of that. But, since it's only one card that's affected, I can still play follow-up here afterwards. Get rid of this gremlin, gain an energy, and play cool-headed. Ooh. Oh, but jeez. I would exhaust, outmaneuver, piercing whale, and heat sinks. Although this battle probably isn't going to be all that long overall anyway. And I would really like to get rid of this guy so I don't take the 9 damage. Fine. Oh, I should totally use a potion. What am I doing with my life? Distilled Chaos. Let's see what it does. Okay. Put on top of the draw pile. I guess I'll go with Bowling Bash. And choose a card to put into your hand. Sever Soul, I guess? Since that costs 0. Okay, well, that was a lot of stuff that happened there. Okay. No, extra influence from anything. I mean, I guess I'll play that just to play it. Endless Agony. Times 2. Sash Whip. I'm pretty sure this is, Battle End anyway. Yeah. Okay, 14 gold. Bottled Miracle. Huh. Add 2 miracles to your hand. I'm not entirely sure I recall getting that potion before, honestly. Okay. Twitch has hit an ad break, so it seems. Yeah. So I will wait for that. Oh, still got the card choice. Okay. Card number 1. Follow up. And it's right around this point where I consider ending the stream because of other things that I could do today. But I don't know. I guess I feel like ending it just like that. I don't know. I feel a little bit odd about that idea. I feel a little weird. Like that's kind of a. It could be viewed as a crummy thing to do. Let's put it that way. I will at least do one more battle then, I guess. Before I end the stream. So... let's see what happens. Nothing. Okay, no restrictions. Endless Agony, the 0 cost one. Follow up. And then... oh yeah, I should also use one of these potions. I'm trying to remember what a miracle does. It gives extra energy, right, okay. Well, for now, I think I will use the explosive potion. I realize there's only one enemy there, but still. Outmaneuver, and then we'll see what happens next turn. Jeez. Only a single card that's less than a 2 cost. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Follow up. Okay. And then I guess I could play Sash Whip. Make the enemy weak. Piercing Wail. So I take very little damage this turn at least. Okay. See, now I've got a much more favorable set of card costs. Including Heavy Blade, which can just end it right now. Okay, Blessing of the Forge. And... random card selection. 8. Okay, well, that's the same as a 4 in this case, so no card getting added. Womp womp. You like to go to the boss. I feel like with the extra time spent waiting on the randomization, that could take a little longer than I would like to continue the stream. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And nothing else I can do here. At least that was an efficient merchant visit. Five. Oh, so great. I'm getting, well, I mean, good news is I'm getting a special relic. Bad news is the curse. And that relic is the one that... Right. Starting my turn, upgrades a random card in my hand for the rest of combat. Okay, we are actually kind of close, so if we keep things moving quickly... I don't know, maybe we'll make it to the boss. Nothing, eh? Okay. Static discharge. Oh, right. Whenever you receive attack damage, it channels a lightning, but pain also... It says attack damage, so I'm kind of doubting that applies to other means of damage being taken. Should have played that potion first, but whatever. Outmaneuver plus. 3 energy for next turn? Sure. So I could have also played Piercing Wail. Oh well. Fusion for even more energy. Focus isn't going to do anything right now. So I think I'll just end the turn and not take that extra damage that I would take from, you know, playing a card with that curse in my hand. Hello, Juanito. How's it going? Game over? Why is game over? What might I want to put back in my hand here? Oh, that puts it on top of the draw pile, right? Okay, you know what? Self-repair. And the rest of what's in my hand consists of attack cards, so... Boom. Alright. Any forced actions on this turn? Gotta say, that would really suck if I started a turn and got forced into playing Meditate right off the bat. Because then it's basically like, okay, you get to do absolutely nothing this turn. Should I go with another heavy blade? I guess if I do that and sneaky strike, that should end the battle. Oh, that means there's going to be more restrictions on the first turn next battle. Again, you keep spelling caveat that way. I think that's not the correct way to spell it. I think that O you're putting in there is another A. Just putting that out there, in case you didn't know. Alright, well, first we gotta figure out, are we resting here or smithing? Two. So we're smithing. Okay. Yeah, in this case, I'm thinking it's a pretty likely loss to the boss. 3, 4, so 22 possibilities here. $22 possible cards to upgrade. 16. So Sneaky Strike. Yeah. Alrighty. Boss time. Alright. What actions do we take? Good sir. If you hear a click, be ready. It might... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, assuming potions still aren't restricted, I might as well play the cultist potion to start things off. Okay. Card number 2 is Piercing Wail, which playing it this turn is useless. Oh well. Card number 4, Bowling Bash. I mean, it does a little bit of something. And card number 2 cannot be played. So that ends the turn. Unless I feel like also doing Distilled Chaos. But... oh well. Nothing? Okay. How do I want to handle this? I guess I'll do Cool-Headed. So at least I've got an orb. Heavy Blade could deal some decent damage. And I guess Headbutt. What to put back on top? I guess Endless Agony. Because I think it maintains the cost of 0. Ouch. I took a lot of damage there. Nothing again this turn? Okay. Well, that sure would have been nice to have. Oh well. Follow up. Sash Whip, because why not? Endless Agony. Although maybe I should have kept some energy for Static Discharge. Could drink the Bottled Miracle and still get Static Discharge. And you know what? Before I'm just outright dead and the run ends, I'll do that. I don't know if there's anything that I really want to get from there with Meditate, at least not really badly. So I think I'll keep this Miracle. Okay. No restrictions this turn. Kick it off with Endless Agony. Oh. Doggone it. Why? Why must there be pain? Yeah. charge battery here. Could also play cool-headed. Oh, so pain just straight up deals damage to my HP. It doesn't... It's not affected by block. Yeah, so total of 12 damage. I'm still gonna survive that, at least. But, yeah, still not looking great. Okay. More lack of effect. Sure. I guess I'll play follow-up. Definitely want to play Heavy Blade. Heat sinks. I die if I do not block. Well, let me see what else I can draw then. I'm still not drawing anything to block with. So, yeah, that's gonna be how this ends, I guess. I don't think anything else is gonna happen from playing that fusion card other than, you know, channeling the plasma, which evokes the lightning, but that's definitely not enough damage, so... Alrighty. There's the end of that run. Really did not get me a whole lot of points towards unlocks. And... I suppose that will also do it for the stream today. Yeah, we did kind of want a quick run, so... That is fair enough of an ending. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Seth, feel free to remind me to go back and highlight the, at least the end of the battle against the heart. That way it'll be easier to access later. So... As far as plans for upcoming streams, yeah. So, Thursday, of course, is going to start off with Bible study, and then it'll, I guess, either be Power Wash Sim or trying out Hades. Thursday, sorry, not Thursday, next Friday, a week from today, we will pick up our Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough. I am still doing stuff in San Francisco for that, but I'm like a decent part of the way through that world storyline, so there's a decent chance we'll go beyond that world. So that's kind of the plan for streams next week. All right, honestly, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head what comes after San Francisco in Kingdom Hearts 3. That might be... I mean, honestly, I think we're getting pretty close to the end game then. I don't know if it's quite going to the Keyblade Graveyard yet, but it might be, like, wrapping up some of the other last bits of plot in sort of forced story segments rather than individual worlds. Okay. Wow, I just noticed there's a lot of people I follow that are currently showing Reach Conference stuff. Really, the main other thought I had for someone to raid on Twitch was I'm watching you people. Or Ferric. You know what? I don't think I've raided Ferric in a while. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to raid Ferric. He was one of my fellow taco classmates. So I think that's who I'm going to raid. Currently playing SnowRunner, which looks like somewhat of a sim game. Almost like a truck driving sim type of thing. Perhaps reminiscent of something like that one Alaskan Truck Driver show or whatever that's called. Okay. Raid target has been established, so that's going to do it for me. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I will see you soon for another stream. Feel free to check out YouTube videos and other content in the meantime. But whatever ends up happening, until the next time I see y'all, stay cool, everybody.